Hello, everybody. It's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. We are on song number 9 of Taylor Swift's new album called The Tortured Poets Department. And number 9 is entitled Guilty as Sin? Question mark. Drowning in the blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights I hadn't heard in a while. My boredom's bone deep. This cage was once just fine. Am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the wolves or ocean rocks. Crashing into him tonight, he's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad or mad or wise? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slip and falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy top lip kiss. How I long for our trysts. Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin? I keep these longings locked in lowercase inside a vault. Someone told me there's no such thing as bad thoughts. Only your actions talk. These fatal fantasies given way to labored breath. Taking all of me. We've already done it in my head. If it's make-believe, why does it feel like a vow? We'll both uphold somehow. And then this is repeated. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? What if I roll the stone away? They're going to crucify me anyway. What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly. I choose you and me religiously. He sent me downtown lights. I hadn't heard it in a while. Am I allowed to cry? Not much to this one, really. This is her fantasizing about having sex with somebody. And is she allowed to cry? Which is really weird because she brings up crying an awful lot in her songs. And she also brings up being in a cage and being bored and also cracking locks or breaking the safe or cracking the safe. And she's constantly about the boy. Oh, what a way to die. Okay, that's 9 songs so far. 8 of them she has directly said, die, gun, stitches, kill your wife, kill yourself. I said the same thing about killing myself. So suicidal and homicidal ideation. So that is a lot. For 9 tracks, 8 of them to directly mention killing yourself or killing somebody else over jealousy over that man's new wife, or killing yourself over not being able to be with the man that you love, or the man that you're obsessively, compulsively thinking of, which to me is very strange. My bedsheets are ablaze. I've screamed his name, building up like waves, crashing over my grave without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty as sin? Yeah. Well, it is guilty as sin, especially if that person is a married man. So question mark, don't put it past Taylor Swift to have sexual fantasies and sex with a married man. But also, for somebody who's a middle-aged white woman, close to 40 now, and she's my age, she's from my generation, born in the same couple year span I was, I haven't been with even double digits amount of people, let alone in the higher double digits, and linked to over 3 digits when it comes to body count in men. So her fantasizing about sex, I think that this is not poem. This is not poem. There's so many other things you could write about other than just your fantasies with a man and fantasies with love and fantasies with sex. This is obsessive. This is pathological. This is psychological. This is detrimental, because if this is the way that she thinks, this is not love. Love doesn't feel this way. Love doesn't do people this way, and this is why her relationships never work out, realistically. And if she sings or writes in accordance with her experiences, well, this is not shocking to me. This is not news to me that her songs are all boring, same old, about losing your breath and the fantasy of being with a man and how oh, you just gotta speak his name, and you're just obsessed with him touching you and looking at you and feeling you and holding you. And if it's that right, then how can it be so wrong, right? There's many ways that could be wrong. First of all, because if it was a man that you were happy with, you wouldn't be fantasizing about him. You'd be fantasizing about somebody else. Because narcissistic, sociopathic, borderline personality, and histrionic personality type people always want what they can't have. That oppositional defiance disorder of somebody rejecting you makes you want them more. Makes you want to be perceived as the best at what you do, and the best at what you are, and the best in your whatever, because you want them to want you. It's not that you're actually focused on loving that person because he's an amazing man. Not only is it because he's sexy, because he's handsome, because he's a great humanitarian, because he's a great person in his family, because he's very family oriented, because he's great at his job, because he loves people, because he loves animals, because he believes in God, because he reveres God, because he listens to logic and not just emotionally retardant whims. So it's fine for a girl to sing a song like this, but if a man was doing this, yeah, this is where the double standard really comes in. If a man was writing songs like this, he would be considered to be shit. And not only that, but obsessive. Obsessive, compulsive, stalkerish. But yet Taylor Swift gets away with it because she's a middle-aged, almost 40-year-old woman who has blonde hair, blue eyes, and really big, fucked up veneers. And you look at her and think, oh, American Girl Next Door. Yeah, I know people that are completely tattooed just like me from the neck down, and they are the best people you will ever meet. They are the most God-fearing, the ones that are actually living a righteous life and treating others with dignity and respect. These are the people that actually know how to love. And we're the ones that can write poetry and write songs in phenomenally talented ways and actually get across to somebody. This is absolutely... I would give this a 1 out of 10. This is how bad, as far as lyric-wise, that this is. The music isn't that much better to me either, but this whole vault and cracking the safe and cracking the locks and, all of it, it's just, this is the persona and the fake image that she is selling these young girls. That's why she brings up teenage and young and teenage petulance and all this stuff over and over, because she wants you to perceive her at almost 40 years old as a young girl. So these young girls today, not the people of our generation, but the young girls today, that she can potentially get almost 70 million new listeners buying her albums. There's something very, to infantize yourself and to be so emotionally retardant at almost 40 and a middle-aged woman, I don't know. To me, that just doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right because I don't have friends, family, relatives, even kids. My oldest is going to be 21. I don't even know anybody that is actually a Zoomer, a Gen Z, Gen Zers, Gen Zers, okay? Nobody, even my own kids, that would write something this absolutely terrible. It's like trying to come up with a word salad compilation of all the best sounding words that you could throw in one poem about how you're obsessed with fantasizing over having sex with a guy. All rolled into one. But the guilty as sin thing and the crying, she's already used that in songs before. So this is what I mean by regurgitated and reused. How many times can you regurgitate and reuse the same exact line, the same exact phrase, the same exact metaphor in songs before you come up with something different? I think Taylor Swift, the problem with her is that she's friends with people that are exactly like her, and it gets her nowhere. This is not revolutionary. This is not extraordinary. This is not talented. This is not special. And that's just my opinion on this, and I am allowed to, on my own channel, state my own opinion. This is not anything about Taylor Swift as a human being and how she treats others, because while you may think that she's an amazing human being and treats others really well and a humanitarian, she's really not. Everything she does in her life from dawn till dusk is literally in service of her brand, her management companies, her LLCs, her shows, her now room for her boyfriend, that leaves very little time for anything else. Even her songs are all about her. Nothing in here is about the foundations of actually loving a man for who he is and loving him so much and fantasizing about him so much because of who he is that you are willing to compromise and sacrifice everything of your own being. It's not just your reputation and your good name. When you really love somebody, you don't give a shit. You would give it all up. And that's the thing. If you really want to be in love and really want a sustaining contentment and solidity in love, in relationship, in a marriage, you're going to have to give that up. Because you can't be giving 90% of your life away in making money and keeping your brand above everybody and everything else. And this fake persona and this fake image that doesn't even match to who she really is. And not only that, but Taylor Swift herself cannot even live up to her own image and her own persona. That person that everybody thinks they know Taylor Swift, you fucking don't. You really don't. And if you come from eyes like mine, who was not a fan of hers, who did not follow her, who does not listen to her, who does not buy her album, and you look at this from the outside, you really see that. A lot of people have been warning people for years about her, and they're right. Because all those people can't just coincidentally be wrong or be haters. They're seeing something behind the scenes that people who are fangirling over her are not truly seeing. I'm not a fangirl. But, you know, Taylor Swift was friends with somebody like me. Yeah, she wouldn't be. Because people like me are deserving of more, are deserving of better. She would never be friends with somebody like me. Because we don't befriend narcissists. Us empathetic, deeply empathetic people, we may come across as hardcore and look it and seem like a bitch, but we're not. We're actually very guarded of ourselves, of our heart, of our soul, because we know that narcissistic people and sociopathic people will take advantage of us, and we guard that. We are very good at reading people and reading their faces, reading their behaviors. And a lot of times coming across as altruistic, but you're not doing anything altruistic. You're not doing good just for the love of doing good for others. You're doing good because you want others to see you as doing good. That is victimizing yourself. That is a persona. That is an image. And just like being everything in your life in pursuit of yourself, 90% of your life and the other 10% is to eating, shitting, sleeping, and boyfriend. I think that's very telling. So I don't want to say anything negative about Taylor Swift as a person, but this is what I've seen. This is what I've witnessed. This is what I know. This is the truth and the facts that I have heard, seen, and witnessed since she came out with her first album. And trust me, I remember when it debuted, her first music videos on MTV. So it's been a long time. And I've never done a review of her album, but this person is not just killing it. She thinks she's killing it because she has people around her telling her that, because these people all get paid and are enabled and encouraged to enable her. That is a very toxic and abusive type of way to live your life. And money is not worth it. I'm sorry, money is not worth it. But there's so many beautiful, amazing, talented, unique, revolutionary talent out there. And they're never going to get even a portion of the pie that they are deserving of. Because narcissistic bitches like Taylor Swift fucking take it all. And not only do they take it all, they fucking suppress other amazing, great artists from being able to get what they rightfully deserve. Because she is deeply insecure, broken, depressed, lonely, sad. She wasted her youth. She's middle-aged. She's wasted her youth in pursuit of a luxurious life and money and wanting to be perceived as the best. And she can't get that back. She can't go back and be a young 20-something-year-old and find the man of her dreams, settle down, get married, have kids, raise them, and grow old, loving, and dying with the same person. She can't do that. And I bet you that very deeply insecure part of her that speaks very blatantly through her songs, through her writing, that part of her would give anything anything, all the money, all the houses, all the travel, all of the record deals, all of the studio time, all of the songs, all of the words and lyrics, would give it all up to be able to have what she has not actually been able to achieve. And that is something that is really tangible and real and lasting and forever. Because the biggest legacy that anybody can ever have is in their family. Raising their family, having their family. The biggest legacy you're going to leave the world, that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember your songs or be listening to this shit 50 years from now or 100 years from now when she's gone. They're not going to be paying no attention to this. That she's not going to be the artist of the last 100 years, let alone the artist of the last 500. And everybody's going to say, what the fuck was this shit? Seriously? What the fuck was this shit? She was a selfish, spoiled, entitled, white little girl who grew up to be a selfish, spoiled, entitled, white, middle-aged woman. And all of her songs were about her. Even if she used her imagination to metaphorically speak, dream up or think up or speak certain scenarios that she didn't actually experience. That's what's sad. That's what's really sad, is that she hasn't experienced them because she hasn't actually lived a normal life. Fame is something that anybody can achieve under the right circumstances, because you see it all the time. You see so many people that are famous that don't have any talent at all. Fame is not hard to achieve. Anybody can do it. The difference is that it takes a certain kind of narcissist to do it, to maintain it, to want it, and to keep it. Because true empaths, you're not finding them. You're not finding them in Hollywood. You're not finding them on number ones. That Billboard number one is the biggest joke. Anybody that's a music aficionado and real songwriter and real musician, we all know that the Billboard 100 and the list and the awards, that is all fake. And nowhere, if you were to actually take the number one song of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, it's not even a song that has been published under a major label. And that's just the truth of it. Taylor Swift is very insecure, and she's very controlling because she knows deep down she's insecure. And she's very insecure about the fact that she herself is not good enough or can even live up to the own persona and image that they have, along with her, have worked so hard for so long to make the public believe about her. And I would bet my life on that. Not only being the truth, but I've seen it. I've seen it. So with that said, this song, yeah, I'd say 1 out of 10. The last thing I want to think about is Taylor Swift, a very spoiled, entitled, middle-aged, blonde hair, blue-eyed, white woman, having sex with other women or other men, or fantasizing about other men because I don't like other women. This is what I meant to say there. I am not a lesbian. I'm 5'11". I'm white. I'm tattooed from my neck down. I have ocean blue eyes. I have naturally blonde hair. Yeah. I don't want to think about somebody like her fantasizing about having sex with somebody else, because I don't care. And not only that, but she's in a relationship, so it's really fucking weird to even see this and then see the same regurgitated words over and over and over again. But that's as far as I got to say about this song, Guilty as Sin. You guys can check back tomorrow because I'll be doing all the rest simultaneously for the next couple days, and I'm doing them in order. But anyway, I love you all. I pray for you all. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody has an amazing Thursday and gets your day off to a great start and then finishes off the weekend well. I love y'all. See y'all later.